The first question that I wanted to talk about is, how do I choose my niche or niche, however you want to say that word? What do I'm good at doing, creating a couple of different things. How do I know which one will be the most successful? How do I know which one that I should focus on? There's the answer to that is, which you're probably not going to like, is there's really no way of knowing unless you do it. You got to test different things out to see which ones will be successful. And more times than not, the thing that you think will be the least successful ends up being the most successful. So you really don't know. How I would suggest doing it is if you're a maker and you have experience doing a couple of different things, I would recommend setting up your shop that's a little bit more broad. So what I mean by that is, instead of having, so say for instance, you have a shop making furniture, but then you also make or design art or something like that, like wall art. What I would do, instead of making an Etsy shop that's branded and has a name surrounding furniture or surrounding art, I would brand it in a way that's a little bit more broad, that you could have both of those items in the same shop. So maybe you're the brand and you want to brand it as Liz's Creations or Home Decor Creations or something like that, where you can put different stuff. Basically, the category is home and living, where it doesn't limit you. Because the problem that you'll run into if you open a shop just on furniture or something like that, it's branded as furniture, and then you want to introduce wall art into that, it really doesn't fit. It'll kind of clash. Those two shops will clash. So the only solution is to open two different Etsy shops. And in my opinion, that's probably the worst thing to do, especially starting out, because it can get really overwhelming. You really just want to try and focus on one Etsy shop until you get the hang of it, until you get everything, all your ducks in a row. You don't want to be bouncing back and forth between shops. So that's how I would recommend doing it. And then, if you find that some of your products are more successful than others, or you have products that are not successful at all, you can take those out, and it won't hurt your brand. It won't hurt kind of the overall feel of your shop. So that's kind of how I would suggest doing it if your items fit together somewhat. Even if you have completely different items, you could still brand it as kind of your creations or your specific motif, unique finds, or however you want to name it, in a way where you could have different stuff. It'll still make sense. So kind of think how your items fit together, or maybe they don't fit together and it's just your style, and then you kind of brand it that way. So that'll make it a little bit easier when you go and you decide, hey, these are the things that I want to focus on. You don't have to limit yourself to focusing on one thing. You can try multiple things. A lot of us are very creative people, so we have a lot of different ideas, a lot of stuff that we want to try. So don't limit yourself. Try them all. Just figure out how you can fit them into your shop, and figure out a shop name and a brand that kind of makes sense, that'll kind of cater to all of your different things that you want to do.